Welcome back, everyone, as we continue our 31 Days of Halloween. And today we're going to talk about the latest release from Scream Factory, a film that's been long out of print on DVD for a very long time. Talking Elvira's Haunted Hills Collector's Edition. From 2002, hour and a half long. I saw this back in the day when this originally came out. And I thought it was kind of corny back then. Definitely a step down from Mistress of the Dark. Now, since watching it again, what do I think? Well, before I get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Because Scream Factory is just outdoing themselves. Same kind of release, just like the recent Halloween releases that have come out. This really like hard, almost like a book, hard case. You know, that's not really even a slip. It's just hard cardboard, but it's really nicely done. Really nice touch from Scream Factory. There is the back. Now, as far as special features go, we have a new restoration from a 4K scan of the original camera negative, new introduction by Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, audio commentary with actors Cassandra Peterson, a.k.a. Elvira, Mary Shear, Mary Jo Smith, Scott Adkison, and director Sam Irvin, making up featurette, Transylvania Bust featurette, interview with actor Richard O'Brien, outtakes, and photo gallery. Let's go ahead and take this out. Before we take a look at the disc, again, listen to this. Quality stuff. You can't beat it. I love that Scream Factory is stepping up their game like that. Now, of course, we have reversible artwork. I've gone with the reversible artwork to put on inside the case here. This is the original artwork you would have seen if you picked up the DVD back in the day. And on the inside, same artwork as our case. And if you did want to just keep, the artwork that did come with it, it's the same as the case. That's why I decided to go with the alternate artwork. Now, getting back to the film, what did I think about checking this film out now almost 20 years later? I mean, next year will be like 20 years since this film came out. What do I think? Well, it's still corny. Some of the jokes definitely fall a little bit flatter nowadays than they did back then. It definitely, it tries to be that corny kind of comedy, like, almost like a Mel Brooks, but definitely not as good as a Mel Brooks film. I say it's not as good as Mistress of the Dark. Mistress of the Dark is definitely way above what this film is. But it's still not a bad film overall. Like I say, it's, there's singing and dancing in this, done by Elvira. And she's wanted. Let's get to the story before I mention that part. She's an entertainer, and she's on her way to Paris. Now, she's joined along by her, her maid, basically her helper. And along the way, they're trying to hitch a ride to get to Paris. But they're picked up by this strange gentleman, mysterious gentleman, in a carriage, who takes her away and her helper to this dark lit castle. Now, this castle, upon arriving, Elvira is not greeted with open arms for the people who are there in the castle. It seems that Elvira strikes a very, really big time resemblance to the owner's previous wife, who has passed away. And this owner, when he sees Elvira, he loses it. He goes completely crazy, thinking that his wife Aurora, who has passed away, has now coming back in the form of Elvira. Now, throughout the film, you think there's, a lot of supernatural things going on. But really, there's a lot of twists and turns that are going on. There's a lot of, conspiring going on between, the help that are, working in this castle, trying to make the gentleman think there's a curse. But, he's kind of involved in things, too. Things are not all what they seem with this guy. But it becomes more of a mystery. And whether Elvira knows it or not, she's solving this mystery one way or another. And again, they're singing and dancing, but the song it was corny back in the day, and it's still kind of corny now, singing and dancing. But it's still not bad. I mean, if you have nothing else to watch, if you're an Elvira fan, if you're collecting Scream Factory releases, this is definitely a must-have. It's not a bad film. Just, again, realize that it's not going to be Mistress of the Dark, because that is just, really has become a classic for around this, this time of year. And I enjoy that film quite a bit. But this one, again, because it's been out of print for so long, the DVD was just astronomical with the price of what it had gone to. When this was originally announced from Scream Factory, this really surprised me that they were going to get this out. And what's really nice is a good 4 or 5 minute introduction that Scream Factory recorded with Elvira in full costume, full makeup, and she's doing an introduction to this film. So that's really a nice little touch from Scream Factory to go ahead and get that included with this. But it's not a bad film. It's not. And some of the CGI, the special effects, don't really hold up as, Well, then again, they really didn't look all that great back in the day either, and so they have not aged too well over time. But again, it's still not a bad film. Definitely worth, at least checking it out one time. Do yourself a favor and do that at least. So that is Elvira's Haunted Hills. Like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I will catch you in another episode as we continue our 31 days of Halloween. See you later.